Eh nakita, sinabi na ng customs 33, sinabi na nga ng wholesaler 35 to 40 ang benta niya. Bakit sa palengke na 50? Are you saying, Mr. Chair, 10 pesos ang kita mo, 40, 50, 20 pa nga hanggang 60?
Usually po, nakakabili po yung mga retailers ng 38, papasa naman nila ng plus 4 pesos or 5 pesos. So nasa market po ng 42 or 43.
Pero, Mr. Chair, mag-ikot ka sa palengke, itataya ko na sweldo ko, bonus ko, pati bahay ko. Wala kang mabibili na lintik na less than 50 pesos. Bihira po, Mr. Chair. Pinagbubula tayo ng mga hinayupak na ito. I'm sorry for my language, pero niloloko tayo somewhere else eh. Monitoring lang sila lahat. DA monitoring, DTI monitoring, NFA monitoring, lahat ng mga ito, puro monitoring. Mga walang silbi.
Ilang kilo ang nabebenta nyo sa isang araw?
Meron po, 4,000 to 5,000 po.
I-multiply ninyo. 35 pesos.
I'm sorry, hindi ko na data.
Bibigyan kita ng calculator.
Po.
Pwede bang paki-confirm mo na 1 billion nga yung inyong...
Double check ko lang po, Your Honor.
alam mo, billion yan. Imposibleng makakalimutan mo yan. Ikaw naman. Maluwag po ang ating detention facility, Mr. Chair.
Pero ma'am, just to remind you also, if you're lying, may problema ka.
Okay.
Siyempre.
Tama?
Siyempre.
Okay. So,
Tawagan mo agad yung DTI ngayon sa Iligan.
Mr. Chairman, may I move that we
Anytime, you can call the DTI. Iligan.
advise the DTI?
Yes. So, Congressman Castro?
Okay, Mr. Chair. Basta lahat ng nag-ano sa akin na nag-disturb sa akin, pipirma kayo sa impeachment complaint. Joke lang.
Congressman Erwin Tulfo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have questions for the importers and then the wholesalers and then the retailers. But first of all, let me direct my question to Commissioner Bienvenido Rubio of the BOC. Mr. Commissioner, sir, when you say landed costs, what does it include? Is it the price from the price that they bought it from overseas and then shipping, et cetera, taxes? Anong mga kasama doon sa landed cost?
Mr. Chair, the cost, the landed cost composes of the cost, which includes the freight, the buying price of the declared value of the goods, plus collected duties and taxes from those goods, Your Honor.
All right, hindi pa po kasama doon yung tracking. Paglabas sa customs, hindi pa po kasama doon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pagdating lang sa pier hanggang sa may sakay nila sa truck nila, going to their warehouse, hanggang doon lang kayo.
Yes,
How
Your
much
Honor.
is, can you give me like per kilo on the landed cost for imported rice?
We had an estimate of 33.4,
33.4.
around that figure, Your Honor.
33.4. How many metric tons did arrive this month from overseas?
For this month, Your Honor, it's about 75. It's about 73,000 metric ton, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me now direct my question to the importer. Any importers can answer my my question. My question, Mr. Chair, for any of the importers. Importers lang po siguro si Ma'am Chu, right? Do you know anything? How much from your importer, from your client? Importer po siya, di po ba? Magkano po ang pasa niya sa wholesaler? You said yung client mo is just a mere importer. So magkano po ang pasa niya sa client niya? We're talking about 33 pesos something. Magkano po ang pasa niya? Because we're trying, Mr. Chair, what I'm trying to establish here, merong po nagmamanipulate ng price. So kung 33 po something ang landed cost, then nasa 33, dadagdag si importer ng presyo, tracking, etc. How much is it, Attorney Chu, yung pagpasa niya sa importer? How much is it? kasama na po yung profit niya, expenses niya, tracking, warehousing, etc., etc. How much?
Your Honor, hindi ko po nakuha yung landed cost, but the rate that we sell it to our wholesaler, I was told, it was 41. Noon po, before the tariff decrease, it was 48. And now po, binaba na po nila to 41.
41 ang pasa po nila. So kasama na po doon yung profit. We're talking about kasama na po ang profit and then yung transportation, warehousing, etc. expenses. All in na po yan, 41. All right. Ang pasa niya po sa wholesaler or pasa niya sa retailer?
Wholesaler lang po. They don't sell to retailers.
Okay, so 41 po wholesaler. All right. Now, my question is, who's the wholesaler here? Can somebody, yeah, Mr. Cruz, right? Mr. Cruz, Mr. Chair, how much naman po pag nakuha po ninyo? Is it the same? You're getting the same price pag kuha ng binibenta sa inyo at 41 yung imported rice ng importer or nakakuha kayo na mas mababa pa as wholesaler?
Same lang po, Your Honor.
All right, 41, right? Magkano po ang pasa na ninyo sa retailer, sa mga retailer ng bigas po at 41? Magkano po ang pinapatong ninyo?
Ang pasa lang po, ang 35, between 35 to 40 po ang presyo namin.
Ano?
Between 35 to 40 per kilo.
35 to 40 ang ibinibenta nyo po sa retailer. Saang retailer po yan? Saan po, anong grupo po na retailer ang binibentahan nyo ng 35 to 40?
Mga walk-in lang po yung buyer namin.
Ano po?
Walk-in lang po, walk-in.
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 Walk-in. So 35 to 40 per kilo. Anong klase yun? Broken, well-milled, etc., etc.? What is it?
Broken po, broken.
Broken. 35 to 40 per kilo. Now, Mr. Chair, did we invite any retailer here, Mr. Chair? Can we ask if we have any retailers here? Because we're trying to figure out from 33, bakit wala pa ako nakikita na less than 50 pesos per kilo na bigas? Puro 50 hanggang 60. Pag bumili ka nga ng 45, nag-inspeksyon kami ni speaker, siguro para pakitan tao, naglabas ng 45, pero tinanong mo, pwede po, 2 kilo lang ang pwede ibilhin kong. Pero pag 50 o 60, maski na 50 sako, walang problema. So we're trying to figure out sino. So if you're selling at 35 to 40, where's the retailer? Did we invite any retailer, Mr. Chair?
May retailer po tayo.
And the retailer association or group come forward? Because we're trying to figure out saan po dito ang pumatong na napakalaki.
Pasensya na po. Meron?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I think I saw si Sir Orly, the former president of Grecon. Sa retailers po yun, Kong Erwin,
Saan po sila, Mr. Chair?
nandyan yata. Sir, ayan. Retailer, sir, di ba? Tama po.
Hello po, magandang hapon po sa lahat. Si Orlando Manuntag po from Grains Retailers Confederation of the Philippines. Yung po sa presyo po na nakukuha po ng mga retailers po sa Bulacan, ito po kasi yung pinakamalapit po sa Manila. Usually po, nakakabili po yung mga retailers ng 38, papasa naman nila ng plus 4 pesos or 5 pesos. So nasa market po ng 42 or 43. Ito po yung mga broken. Yung naman po mga well-milled rice, nabibili po nila ng 1950, that is 39 pesos po or 40 pesos. Nabibinibenta naman po sa market ng 44 or 45 pesos. So yun po yung nangyayari po ngayon sa kasalukuyan po.
Pero, Mr. Chair, mag-ikot ka sa palengke, itataya ko na sweldo ko, bonus ko, pati bahay ko. Wala kang mabibili na lintik na less than 50 pesos. Bihira po, Mr. Chair. Pinagbubula tayo ng mga hinayupak na ito. I'm sorry for my language, pero niloloko tayo somewhere else eh. Nakita, sinabi na ng customs 33, sinabi na nga ng wholesaler 35 to 40 ang benta niya. Bakit sa palengke na 50? Are you saying, Mr. Chair, 10 pesos ang kita mo, 40, 50, 20 pa nga hanggang 60? Saan nangyari? I mean, where are all the savings? Yung bumaba ang presyo sa world market according to NEDA, according to PSA. Bumaba yung taripa 15%. Yung savings po nasaan napunta? Dapat po sa tao po yun, hindi binabaan ng Pangulong Marcos yung taripa para kumita kayo, binabaan yung taripa para kumita yung tao. Nasaan? You have to explain that now here kasi kayo po yung retailer, sa inyo ang mukhang sa inyo ang problema. Because the wholesaler is saying 35 to 40. Pagdating sa inyo, sinasabi mo may 42. Wala po ako nakitang 42. Nag-ikot po tayo ngayon. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. Nag-ikot po tayo doon. Nagtanong-tanong kami. Sinasabi, 2 kilo lang po pag 45. Pero pag bumili ka ng 50 pesos o pataas, pwede ka bumili ng 50 sako na bigas. Why is that, Mr. Chair?
Grecon?
Yes, can I
Yes,
ask
it
po
exists.
ang napansin po kasi namin, doon po sa lahat po ng mga importation na dumating po, nasa 74% is 5% whole grain. So kung 5% po siya whole grain, sa kabuuang importation natin as a whole, buong taon, wala po tayong makitang masyadong mababa sa merkado. Nakita po namin sa data, siguro po nandito po naman sa BPI, may nag-send po sila ng data po nung isang araw, naghingi po kami, around 16% lang po is only well-milled rice. So, kung yan po ay nakalatag po sa numbers, nakita ko po namin, around 600 metric tons lang po. Sa kabuuang 4 million. So, ibig sabihin, sa buong taon, pagka binaybay po natin per month, kokonti lang po talaga yung bahagi ng well-milled at saka broken rice. So, siguro po, isa po ito sa nangyayari dahil inopen po natin yung market. Sa mga importers po, open trade po tayo. Hindi naman po natin nakita po yung regulation. Siyempre po, mas marami pong bumibili po ngayon ng mga premium rice rather than po sa mga mababa po na presyo. Pero siyempre po, marami rin po naghahanap. Lalo na po yung mga kababayan po natin na marginalized, mababa pong presyo. Pero sa nakita po namin data, kukunti lang po talaga nag-import ng 25% at saka broken. So, given the fact po na 35 metric tons po, 35,000 metric tons po tayo per day, so what is 260,000 metric tons for the whole year? So, manipis po talaga yung, yung bilang po. Mas marami po talaga is premium. Siguro makikita naman po sa data ng BPI. So, thank you po so much.
Mr. Chair, let me direct now my question to the BPI. Mr. BPI, is this true what he's saying na mas gusto nilang ng mga importers mag-import ng mga mahal? Aren't you considering yung mga kababayan natin na hindi maka-afford ng 50 pesos per kilo na bigas? Hindi ba ninyo sabihin lang, hoy importer, mag-import ka naman ng mumurahin, yung maputi, mabago, kahit papano? Can't you dictate? Kayo nagbibigay ng permit, hindi ba ninyo pwedeng manduhan sila? Mag-import ka ng kalahati na ganito, mas mura. What are you doing?
Mr. Chair, thank you po for the question.
Then after you, I think we will recognize FFF.
Opo. Sir, on the data po, tama naman po yung nasabi. Actually, sir, nag-initiative po kami para i-categorize yung ini-import ngayon. So, sa 5%, nasa 70%. Sa 15%, nasa around 4%. 25% brokens is nasa 15%. 100% brokens is nasa 6.19%. And other types po ay nasa 3%. So, aside po doon sa 5% broken, na 70%, nasa around 30% po yung ibang classification ng bigas. As for the mandating, sir, sa kanila, kung ano po yung i-import, sir, sa amin pong mandato ay talaga pong sa sanitary and phytosanitary concerns po tayo, and then sa food safety. And we do test this bigas po na narito at dumadating sa atin.
So are you saying, Mr. Chair, wala kang control kung anong i-import nila? Hindi ba lang ninyo iniisip yung mga kababayan natin? Paano kung mag-import lahat yun ng tig 60 pesos per kilo? You don't care? We have a problem, Mr. Chair. Mr. BPI, we have a problem. Kaya nga binabaan na yung taripa, kaya nga tayo mataas ang inflation because of this, then wala po kayong ginagawa. You need to do something. I mean, do something, di ba? Kung kailangan ninyo ng more power, then come to Congress and Congress will give you that. Kaya nga tayo may investigasyon. Puro kayo tango, pangalawang hearing na ito. Hindi nga malaman kung sinong nag-check ng mga presyo. hindi tayo makasagot. Mr. Chair, if you recall, tinanong ko na kung sinong in charge. Walang makapagsabi kung sino ang in charge sa tingin ng presyo, pagsita. Monitoring lang sila lahat. DA monitoring, DTI monitoring, NFA monitoring, lahat ng mga ito, puro monitoring. Mga walang silbi. Now, can't you do something about it? Or what do you need? Na para pwede mo silang diktahan, importer, kailangan na ng Congress, kailangan na ng gobyerno, mag-import kayo ng mura na bigas. Can't you do that?
Sir, thank you po. Actually po, kami po ay nagpapasalamat nga sa Kongreso dahil po doon sa batas na pinirmahan kahapon na nagbibigay sa amin, sir, ng power talaga na magpunta sa mga warehouse na ito at makita. Actually, sir, ito pong initiative ay salamat din po kay Kong Mark sa Committee on Agriculture dahil pinaklasify ho nga sa amin itong mga ito. Siguro po dahil po doon sa certain section ng bagong batas na kami ho ay mag-uusap ng PSA, ng NEDA para ho makapagbigay ng policies ho para mas ma-improve itong ating situation ay yun po naman ang aming gagawin at ito po ay may nakalatag na naman pong plano para po dito.
Mr. Chair, I know my 5 minutes is already up. My next thing is I move that we ask the importers and the wholesalers to give us the list of their clients, the retailers, para malaman po natin sino po ang kanilang mga kliyente para maimbita po natin sa susunod na hearing yung mga retailer na yan kasi hindi lang po ang Grecon o yung mga association, Mr. Chair. I move that the wholesalers and importers submit to us in this Congress the list of their clients, retailers, para malaman po natin because everything looks now na ang problema sa retailer. Kasi kung sinasabi ng wholesaler, 40 lang benta niya, pagdating sa market, 50. Pagkatapos an explanation kasi mataas. Why import mataas? Mas maraming kliyente. Pag murang bigas ang i-import, mas maraming bibili ho. Marami ho tayong mga kababayan, mga below middle class, yung cannot afford ng 50, kaya nga nagre-reklamo eh. I so move, Mr. Chair.
Any second? Are there any objections? Hearing none, now COMSEC is hereby instructed wherever she is.
Mr. Chairman,
You have another question, sir?
ako, Mr. Chairman,
Can I think somebody wants to enlighten us. You are recognized, sir. State your name and your...
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'm Vic Angeles, the General Operations Manager of Bitram Marketing.
Okay, please speak.
Yeah, can I be allowed to make a
Yes, please.
manifestation at the same time if I'll be allowed to categorize the supply chain for the rice business?
Please.
Okay. I agree with the Honorable Tulfo na ang nabiblame kasi ngayon ang naging spotlight kaming mga importer where in fact tama si Honorable Tulfo na ang makikita natin problema sa retailer. Now, if I may be allowed to categorize, nagkakaiba kasi yung ang naging definition natin, importer, wholesaler, retailer. So tatlong level lang. In reality, there are a lot of levels. There are a lot of category. Kami importer, we sell to wholesaler. Then the wholesaler sell to dealer. The dealer sell to stores. And the stores or to online seller. So, kung titingnan mo yung presyo, let me recall. Bago in-impose yung 15% na baba ng tariff duties, we were selling then at 1,310 per 25 kilos. That's for the premium DTA rice. Now, the wholesaler are selling it at 1,350 to 1,390.
So 50 lang kita niyo.
50 kita nila. From the wholesaler, ang bumibili, yung dealer, yun yung mga nagbebenta sa palengke. Okay? ibebenta nila ng 1,370. Pagdating sa dealer, sa rice sa palengke, nagiging 1,400. Yung mga bumibili na dealer sa palengke, yung mga tindahan ng sari-sari store. Kaya pagpunta mo ng sari-sari store, ang benta na 1,500 na. That was before yung reduction ng 15%. Now, nung binaba ang tariff duties from 1,310, we as importer are selling at only 1,150. So just imagine, 1,310 to 1,150. A difference of about 160 pesos. Yet, when you go to the wholesaler, ang benta nila from 1,310, binebenta lang nila 1,290. So, ang laki ng difference. Now, nung tumaas ang dollar from 55 to 60 pesos now, wala kami magawa eh. We need to sell at a higher price. Now, we're selling it at 1,200. We're selling it at 1,200. Magkano binebenta ng wholesaler? Still at 1,270.
Anyway, sir, I think we got the point already. Thank
So,
you for the information.
One last ano lang, sir. It's not, wala kaming cartel. Hindi kami nagpa-profiteering. We're dictated by the
Hoarding,
market prices. Hindi kami nag-hoarding. Kung titingnan nyo yung sa retail side, from January to December up to this, tama yung sinasabi ni Honorable Tulfo. Hindi nagbago from 60 pesos, minsan 65. Yet, our prices, sumusunod lang po kami. Sumusunod lang kami.
Anyway, as mandated by the motion of Congressman Tulfo, we'll be sending you letters for you to fill up with respect to the kind of value chain for each of the importer until it reaches, I don't know whether you can reach your retailer. So,
Mr. Chairman,
yes.
just a clarification. Over here, sa left side.
May I ask Congressman Tulfo if you're okay, you ready?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Just one last thing, Mr. Chair. Kaya nga we want to invite the Association of Retailers para malaman po natin
Yes,
who's telling the truth. Because they're finger pointing now. Ang sinasabi ng wholesaler, mababa ang bigay nila. Ang sinasabi naman ng retailer, no, ganito na nakuha natin. We heard it from Grecon. Pero Grecon is just one association. There's a lot of association of retailers, of rice retailers. We need to invite here, Mr. Chair, so that we would know. At for now, nakikita po natin, basing on the explanation of the importers, mababa yung bigay nila, so tumataas, sumisipa ang presyo pagdating sa retailers. So we need to invite these retailers. At saka, meron po tayong sinasabi, Mr. Chair, na yung profit dapat pag ganito yung margin is only 5%, because this is a commodity, Mr. Chair. We have to review that. Dapat kaya nga I'm asking the DA, wala ba sila nakikitang violations dito, Department of Agriculture, because it's a commodity, your profit not more than 5%. We have a law on that. I don't know. You guys need to review. Si bossing pa naman ninyo, negosyante, dapat alam niya, di ba? Well, what are you guys doing? I mean, it's 5%. How come? How come we're allowing these people to profit more than 5% at the expense of the poor? Tapos meron pa tayong binigbabawasan ng taripa, hindi rin effective. We cannot feel it. Hindi nararamdaman ng tao eh. Might as well ibalik na po yung taripa natin ulit sa 30%. Kasi hindi naman po napapakinabangan pala. That's what I'm asking also, Mr. Chair, to direct DA also, kasi sinasabi po nila wala silang power, they can only monitor. Then, Mr. Chair, my question is, which agency does it fall under to monitor prices and make arrests para to give sample. May batas na po tayo ng hoarding, may batas tayo ng overpricing. Who should make the arrest, Mr. Chair? That is my question.
Mr. Chair,
The newly,
clarification lang, Mr. Chair.
yes.
Earlier kasi when Congressman Tulfo asked one of the retailers kung kanino sila nagbebenta, wholesaler, no? Kung kanino sila nagbebenta, nabanggit yata niya kanina na meron daw
Pero
walk-ins.
under the
No?
new law.
Is that correct? Who was that gentleman who replied? Sinabi mo na merong walk-ins, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pwede mo ba kaming bigyan ng idea gaano karami yung walk-in?
Marami po yun, Your Honor. Continuous po
You
yun.
see, that's a problem, Mr. Chair. They could easily pass on the excuse doon sa walk-in, no? Kesa doon sa pinagbabagsakan nila ng mga dealers.
Emergency situation.
So, I guess we should also ask that they submit to us, all these importers submit to us the mix of their buyers. No, yung ilang persyento yung walk-ins, ilang porsyento yung bulk buyers nila.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair.
We will deploy our research staff and go through all 10 major importers.
Because we cannot accept, Mr. Chair, that we will be given that excuse na mas marami, 90% po walk-in eh. Now, hindi na natin malalaman ngayon sinong kumikita at paano kumikita.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, briefly, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Yes, in addition to the request of Congressman Tulfo from the importers to disclose their clients, perhaps, Mr. Chair, we can request the importers and the wholesalers to disclose the commercial invoices to validate exactly what prices are they giving to their respective customers. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. With the permission of Congressman Tulfo, I think we will make utmost measures to get to the bottom of this. We will employ our research staff. I have actually engaged a pretty big staff. So for tomorrow's meeting, hopefully we can. So before Stella, can I ask Franz Castro? She disappeared? Because of the minority-majority rule. So she's also minority. No,
Mr. Chair, I yield to Kong Stella first.
sige, Stella.
Thank you.
Lakas mo
Salamat.
naman.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, sino po sa mga importers ang retailer din?
Isa lang. May isa doon.
So yung mother po ni Ma'am Rosalyn. So your mom is an importer and owns retail outlets as well. Is that correct? That's correct, ma'am? Yeah, kindly turn on your mic.
I'm also a retailer in Iligan City in the market.
Okay, ma'am. So, ang tanong ko po is, magkano niyo po binebenta? So, magkano po yung landed cost ng bigas ninyo? At magkano po yung benta nyo doon sa retail outlet po ninyo?
Yung bigas na in-import namin is daming klase. May 100% na broken, may 15, at ang pinakamura namin is 36, 37, 38, hanggang mayroon kami 38 at 40 sa ano namin.
Sige, ma'am. Doon muna tayo sa pinakamura. So,
Yan, 100% is, we're selling only 36 to 37
So, yan ang landed cost, 36 to 37 pesos.
in the market. Selling in the market. Yeah. Retail in the market.
So, retail is 36.
Yeah.
Magkano nyo po ini-import? Magkano yung landed cost?
30, parang 33 per kilo.
33 per kilo.
I know, mayroon ka pa ano pa kami ng expenses ng cellophane.
Sige nga po. Ang tanong ko lang po is magkano yung landed cost at magkano yung presyo sa inyong retail outlet?
36 per kilo, yung 100% na broken.
Kung Stella, can I just qualify? Ma'am, 25% broken po yan o yung 5% po? Yung
25% broken.
25%. Meron po kayong 5% broken na binibenta po.
Mayroon din.
Magkano po yung presyo ninyo?
Parang 39 per kilo.
39. Thank you, Kong Stella. Ayun
So,
lang, I just need clarity.
retail yung 39.
Yeah.
That's today. That's the price today.
Today,
So, nasaan po, ano po ang address ng inyong tindahan?
Iligan City.
Malaki po ang Iligan City. Ano po yung address po at anong pangalan ng tindahan?
South Noria, Mayhay, Iligan City.
Sorry po. Can you please slow down?
South Noria, Mayahay, Iligan City. No, sa merkado.
Yun ang merkado.
Nasa merkado po yan?
Yeah. Sa palengke.
Okay po. So, yung binibenta ninyo, 36 pesos, ang landed cost is 33? Tama po ba yun?
Oh,
Pag
33.
inaangkat po ninyo, pag ini-import ninyo, ang landed cost after you pay the tariff is 33 pesos?
Yeah, Bino? Yeah.
Can, Ma'am Rosalind, can you please confirm?
Ma'am, sorry, I was not able to.
The landed cost is 33 pesos?
Yes, I think 33 to 34.
And then
Depends, ma'am, sorry, because the shipments arrive in tranches. So
Kagay.
there are times that the exchange rate is we
Yes,
bought at
let's
60.
talk about
So maybe
average.
mga around 34, 35,
Okay,
ganyan. May
and-
36, depende.
Yes, and then the retail.
The retail, I'm not very familiar with the operations in Iligan because I am based in Cagayan de Oro, ma'am. So I am
Okay, so kasi medyo nakakagulat po ito kasi sinasabi niya 3 piso lang ang spread
Yes.
from landed cost including tariff doon po sa retail. Kaya medyo, kung tama po yun, sabitan natin na sa pagitan nanay mo, di ba? Kasi ang galing, di ba? So,
Yeah, Ma'am Kimbo, I think because she is in a different position, she is a wholesaler and she also is an importer and a retailer. And the rice kasi as explained before, yung mamumurang bigas, they're not really selling well. In fact, we have to push. Even the DTI and other agencies, LGU, are doing a caravan just so that to push for cheap rice. So we
Yes.
cannot really put big patong on these rice, especially since people really want the quality rice, and these are 25%.
Yes, so in other words, posible na 3 piso lang talaga ang
Yes, in
spread
fact, yes.
from landed cost to the retail price.
Right,
Okay.
ma'am. Yeah, right, ma'am.
Yes, which I think is also the same model as DA. Kasi ang DA, inaangkat nila, I think landed 39 pesos, tapos nabibenta nila at 42.
Ewan ko.
So,
Hamas,
I think, parang medyo ganun din ang
Depe-
spread.
Depende sa quality, ma'am, ha? Because as my mother said, she has different rice. She has Pakistan,
Yes, but more or
Myanmar.
less we're looking at that small spread,
I think,
right?
Yeah, very small spread.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, let me go back to si Sir na nagkwento na nakakapasa. Yung katabi niyo, Ma'am Rosalind. Sir, what's the name of your corporation?
King B, ma'am.
King B.
Yes, ma'am.
Saan po kayo based?
Sa Bukawi Intercity po.
Bukawi.
Apo.
Okay. So sir, kayo po ay nag-i-import lamang.
Apo.
Okay. Ang tanong ko sir is, bakit hindi po kayo nagre-retail? Kasi sabi po ninyo, pinapasa ninyo at 35 and obviously, nakikita ninyo ang mga nagre-retail, ang laki-laki ng tubo. Tama?
Ano na po kami, ma'am, doon? Sa presya, kinikita po namin
Hindi, I mean, simple lang naman yung tanong, di ba? Obviously, nakikita ninyo na ang laki ng tinutubo ng mga retailers. Tama po.
Siguro, ma'am, tama po.
So, yun lang ang pinagtatakahan ko, di ba? Parang, bakit hindi nyo iniisip na pumasok sa retail?
Magulo doon po minsan, ma'am. Mahirap pag ano.
Bakit po?
Manpower pag ano. Mahirap pong kumagal.
Bakit po? Dun sa korporasyon nyo, yung King B, ilan pong empleyado nyo?
Meron po kaming 5 per isang warehouse, ma'am.
Magkano
Kasi
po ang net income ninyo last year?
I don't know, ma'am.
Hindi ninyo alam ang
Hindi
net
ko alam
income
po.
nyo? Magkano po ang
Actually,
buwis na binayad nyo last year?
Ngayon lang po kami, ma'am, nag-import. This year lang po kami nag-import.
Hindi, ang tinatanong ko po, magkano ang buwis, ang taxes na binayad nyo last year?
This year lang po kami, ma'am, nag-import yung King B.
Hindi, last year, ang buwis, taxes na binayad.
Wala pa pong ang importation ng King B
Hindi.
last year.
Pero nag-exist na po ang korporasyon last year?
No operation.
No operations last year.
Wala po kami transaction ng last year. This year lang po kami nag-start.
Bago.
Bago lang po.
From anong buwan po?
January po.
January. From January to December, ano yung estimated income ng kumpanya?
Sorry, ma'am, hindi ko po kabisado kung kano.
Monthly.
Hindi ko po, ma'am, na ano eh. Hindi ko po, ma'am, na compute.
Sir, kayo po bang may-ari ng kumpanya?
Opo, ma'am. Opo, ma'am.
Mr. Chair, parang... Mr. Chair, alam na alam niya kung anong presyo ng bigas. Anong volume po? Ilang kilo ang nabebenta nyo sa isang araw?
Meron po, 4,000 to 5,000 po.
Oh, i-multiply ninyo. 35 pesos.
I'm sorry, hindi ko mag-data.
Bibigyan kita ng calculator. 5 empleyado mo. Magkano
King B?
sweldo mo? Kaya mo yan, sir.
King B, you're under oath, sir. Your total purchases is 1 billion this year. So I think you better properly answer the question of Congressman Stella.
Sir, nagsalita na po si Chair.
Opo.
At the reason for why you are invited is because you are a top importer. Imposible, sir, na hindi nyo alam ang kung magkano ang kita nyo.
Yung wife ko na po kasi, ma'am, yung
Sir?
Yung wife ko na po kasi ang nag-compute doon.
Sir, estimate lang po. Hindi naman kailangan eksakto.
Times 30 from January.
Mr. Chair, while waiting for his answer, maybe with the indulgence of Congresswoman Stella, narinig niyo po ba yung sinabi ni Chairman? I'm sorry, please, narinig niyo ba yung sinabi ni Chairman Salceda?
Opo.
Pwede bang paki-confirm mo na 1 billion nga yung inyong...
Double check ko lang po, Your Honor.
alam mo, billion yan. Imposibleng makakalimutan mo yan. Ikaw naman. Napaka-short, napaka-iksi naman ng member. Hindi ba? So, maaaring sumobra pa sa billion yan. Obviously, Mr. Chair, he's trying to maluwag po ang ating detention facility, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, ang bigas ang nagko-contribute ng 50% ng inflation natin. Ito ang nagpapahirap ng taong bayan.
Habang naghihirap ang taong bayan, yumayaman ito, Mr. Chair. I'd just like to make that emphasis.
Chairman,
Hindi tayo matatapos. Meron pa akong 10.
Mr.
Chairman.
I think, can we have a redirect? Let's give him a chance.
Yeah, yes.
I'll invite him again tomorrow. Baka you might have a change of heart.
No, so Mr. King B. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Chairman.
Yes.
Anyway,
Please don't make
Mr.
motion.
King B,
Yes, Your Honor.
are you were reminded by the chairman?
Yes, apo,
No,
nagko-compute.
no, sandali po.
Sorry po.
Do you understand the reminder of the chairman?
Yes, opo. Nagko-compute lang po ako.
Hindi. Not the computation.
Yes.
But you are under oath.
Yes, Your
You
Honor.
understand the predicament of that
Yes, Your Honor po.
na
Yung under oath po.
you might be,
Magsasabi po ako ng totoo.
yeah,
Opo. Totoo po.
hindi ka dapat maging evasive.
Sinungaling po, opo.
Hindi ka dapat magsinungaling.
Opo, tama po.
Okay. Just a reminder. Thank you, Chairman.
So, Mr.
Mabait
Chair,
ako ngayon eh.
Nervous nga ako sa'yo eh.
Mr. Chair, papaliwanag ko lang kung bakit ko tinanong. Kasi nagtataka ako kung bakit ang importer pinapasa at 35 at nakikita nila na binebenta ng retailer at 50, lagpas 50. Ang laka-laka ng kita ng retailer. Kayo po, kaya niyo pong mga pital at magtayo ng retail outlets. Si ma'am nga, 3 piso lang yung spread niya from the landed cost of imported rice doon po sa bigas na binibenta niya sa retail outlet, di ba? So, kaya ninyo, kung gusto ninyo, ibenta ninyo at 40 pesos, di ba? You can actually outdo all retailers at maging monopoly kayo and sell at 40 pesos and make so much money. Di ba po? Yun ang pinagtatakahan ko. That's why yung kinukwento ninyo kanina na I just import and I only import and I don't know how much money I make. How do you expect me to believe that, sir? I think you are lying. So, itong pinagtatakahan natin na bakit ang taas-taas ng presyo at walang kinalaman ng importer, hindi ko matanggap yan, Mr. Chair. So at this point, hindi ko pa, sorry Mr. Chair, but hindi ko pa kayang sabihin na walang kasalanan ng importer. So, I'll set it aside na muna, pero at this point, pag-aralan pa natin ang mabuti. So, let me ask, I'm back to Ms. Rosaline. Pero sir, before I leave, i-submit po ninyo ang inyong sales data. Tama po ba na talaga ngayon lang kayo nag-umpisa?
Your Honor, opo.
So this year lang?
This year lang po.
Pero 1 billion kaagad ang inyong inaangkat?
Opo, Your Honor.
So, mag-submit po kayo ng quarterly? Kasi sinasubmit nila yon, di ba, sa BIR? So, lahat po ng sinubmit po ninyo sa BIR this year, pag-submit po dito sa committee para mapag-aralan po namin kung gaano ba kalaki talaga ang inyong transactions. And then let me go to soda trade. Soda trade. Unless you want to interject.
Just a short, Chairman. Ganito po kay ma'am yung sa importer at saka retailer din. Ma'am, you mentioned about the price, di ba? Between 36 to 38 pesos dun sa retail.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned the market.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mr. Chairman, may I move that we order the DTI to check within the day. Mabilis yan, tawagan lang nila, ipacheck lang kasi po medyo napakaganda po. Napakaganda kung totoo yun. Pero ma'am, just to remind you also, if you're lying, may problema ka.
Okay.
Siyempre.
Tama?
Siyempre.
Okay. So,
Tawagan mo agad yung DTI ngayon sa Iligan.
Mr. Chairman, may I move that we
Anytime, you can call the DTI.
advise the DTI
Yes,
to
any second.
check.
Sorry. Sir, is it okay if
Second,
I talk also in behalf of my mother? Because she's been very, parang always been in partnership with DTI and, anong tawag nito, I think the local government units. So, in fact, during the start na meron na kaming dumadating na murang bigas, we already distributed, we already showed. But ang concern kasi natin, sir, on distribution to the retail outlets is that I think I asked the methodology of the pricing dito sa pag-release dito sa mga pricing, I think we get it from the palengke, the retail outlets, palengke.
Ma'am, sorry, mama.
Sir.
Sorry po. Sorry, I just have to cut you, Chairman.
There's
Kasi-
no, it has been seconded and there is no objection.
Kasi ganito lang, mama. Ang
So-
ano ko lang kasi, just to confirm.
Perhaps,
Yes, okay lang, sir. No problem.
Yeah, okay lang ba, ma'am? Okay, thank you, Chairman.
we are mandating, COMSEC, please.
Sige, okay naman. Okay naman.
For the DTI Region
10.
10, to
Yes.
please check on the
Yes.
particular establishment. In the meantime, I recognize Joseph Gilbert Violago. Said, masyadong mainit yung discussion. Congressman Kari, Congressman, nagkawalaan na yung mga congressman. Hindi ko na na-recognize. So, are you still have?
Yes, please. Chair.
Last na.
Sige na, sir. Mga 5 minutes na lang. Okay.
No, kasi
Just-
bukas, you can have free.
By campus
Tomorrow, we will have an executive session together with the Secretary of DA. And of course, si Karag
Yes.
plus customs.
Just to clarify lang because
We will get to the bottom of whether there is same time, yes.
just to clarify, earlier, Ma'am Rosalind said that you store your imported rice in Cagayan and Cebu. Is that correct? But based on the record submitted to us, which is a list of registered rice warehouses, there are 5 Soda Trade Corporation warehouses. There's one in Santa Filomena, Iligan City, Governor Ramos, San Roque, Zamboanga City. So one in Dipolog
Andun si Karag yun.
and 2 others. Can you confirm?
We're operating in Zamboanga City and Iligan City, but in Dipolog we stopped already.
So alin po dito ang bukas pa na warehouse? Ito pong
Iligan City and the Zamboanga City.
so yung Iligan City na merong capacity of 33,000 metric tons, that's open?
Yeah, it's
Maybe not 33.
not 30.
COMSEC,
In Santa Polima, I was not able to know how many
sama daw yung
shops
Kiko.
there. But we have a warehouse in Santa Polima, Iligan City.
Okay, ito pong sa Governor Ramos San Roque, is that still operational?
Well, yes, in NFE warehouse.
And that's about 26,000 metric tons ang capacity.
Sorry, I don't know how many.
It's about the same size as the one in Iligan.
I think so, ma'am.
About the same.
I think so.
But I think, ma'am, maybe it's a square meter, not metric tons. Maybe it's in a square
Yes,
meter.
meter.
Because I think,
Mr. Chair.
kasi 33,000 metric tons is very big, I think.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Yes,
I think it's almost 4,000 square meter man sa Dipolog.
Ano po ba ang personality ng mother at saka yung anak? Are they representing the same company?
No. So that it is different with
So,
my
isa lang dapat
daughter.
ang sumagot, Mr. Chair. Pursuant to our rules.
Okay. I will recognize you when I need your support. Okay, please continue, Stella, with respect to
Yes, I
to
believe,
Iligan.
I believe, Mr. Chair, that the president of Soda Trade is Ma'am Rosalind.
That's right.
You're the president, I believe, of Soda Trade.
Not, my mother is the
Excuse me.
president.
Huwag ka nga muna sasagot.
So, sino po sa inyo ang sasagot tungkol sa warehouses?
I'm Corazon Dable Barnuevo. I'm the president of Soda Trade Corporation.
Yun.
Okay, sige po. So, ang tanong ko next,
Iligan City is very far of Cagayan. Cagayan,
yes, I'm not asking about how far away they are. I'm asking about the warehouses.
yeah.
Ito pong nasa Dipolog City, is that still operational?
We're just
No, we stop in Dipolog.
Okay, so sarado na po yan.
Yeah.
Bakit po dito ang nakasulat ay NFA ang may-ari? Did you sell that to the NFA?
No, we are not. We are just renting in the warehouse of NNP.
So dati po,
Nagre-rent kami sa warehouse ng NFA, but we stop already in Dipolog.
okay, what about this one in Zamboanga City?
Yes, we
Nirerentahan nyo po ito sa NFA.
yeah,
Pero ito pong sa Iligan, kayo po may-ari niyan.
yeah.
Okay. Ito pong sa Tubod, Iligan City, is that still operational?
No, wala kaming tubod.
Sumali ang records ng DA.
Yeah, wala kaming tubod.
What about itong listed under Soda Enterprises? Is that yours?
So the enterprises,
Yes. Is that another company under listed? Is that also yours?
no, she is, the owner, this is my grandson. No, you know?
So,
Separate. So the enterprises and so the third group is different. So the enterprises is owned by my grandson retailer.
is that a related entity? Do you have, meron ba kayong interlocking directors?
No, my grandson will buy me rice and they will retail at the Suda Enterprises in their store.
So,
Suda Enterprises is a retailer only, not importer.
so retailer ang Soda Enterprises.
Yeah.
Pero yung kinakwento niyo po sa amin kanina na retail outlet ninyo, ito po ba ay under Soda Trade or under Soda Enterprises?
Yung retailer ng Soda Trade is, iba yung Soda Trade na retailer, iba yung Soda Enterprises na retailer din. Separate yun.
Magkano naman po ang benta ng bigas sa Soda Enterprises?
Hindi ko alam kasi
Malayo.
malayo.
Okay, sige po. May I go back to King B for the moment lang. Sir, saan po kayo nagsusstore ng bigas?
Sa Bukawi Intercity po, Your Honor.
Sa anong pangalan po ng warehouse?
King B po, King B.
King B. Kayo po may-ari?
Opo. Nag-rent lang po kami ng bodega doon.
Okay. Ano ang capacity ng bodega?
Iba-iba po ang ano niya. 5 bodega po kasi nirentahan namin doon. Iba-iba yung
So
capacity.
5 bodega,
Opo.
isa lang may-ari ng 5 bodega?
Ang each yun. 100,000 bags daw po ang ano, ang capacity. Each.
Alam niyo po ang kumpanya?
Opo, King B po ang ano.
Ang pangalan ng warehouse is King B as well?
Hindi po. Iba po.
Ano ang pangalan ng kumpanya na pagmamay-ari ng warehouse?
Ang pangalan niya po, ano?
Mr. Chair?
Kukunin ko na po yung pangalan ng may-ari mismo.
So 5 yun?
Opo, 5 po yun.
Sige po.
Mr. Chair, may I request that all answers and questions be directed to the chairman?
I'm very generous, but if you can, it's better.
Mr. Chair, may we request the Soda Trade as well as Soda Enterprises, because they own the warehouses. So I suppose that they would also have access to the inventory records to submit to us those records. Could you also describe to us, I suppose, nire-record po ninyo on daily in and out ng bigas. So makikita po namin doon. Pwede po ninyong isubmit, Mr. Chair, ang records in the last 2 years. So 2023 as well as 2024, Mr. Chair. And para naman, Mr. Chair, sa King B, isubmit ang 5 kumpanya. And at the same time, i-request din sa may-ari ng kumpanya ang inventory records nung kanilang warehouses para sa bigas. So, yun po ang aking request.
Mr. Chair, just a very short follow-up question with the indulgence of Congresswoman Stella.
Is that your last question?
Just one for BPI.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll just
is
wait
the-
for...
is-
that a motion?
Yes, yes.
Then maybe we should rule on the motion first before... Okay.
Are there any objections? Hearing none. So please submit the documents as requested.
Mr. Chair, perhaps we should extend that
To all the 10.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
I think the COMSEC is hereby instructed to make a formal request for the submission of documents.
Yes. My last question, Mr. Chair, is for your Director Glenn of BPI. So I was looking at your data on SPISIC. Pwede ba kaming makapag-request ng yung sinabit po ninyo na data from 2019 to 2024 ay hindi nakasort. So, basta na lang kinumpile ninyo ganyan kakapal, pwede bang isort ninyo by rank? So, makikita namin on the first page lahat po ng top importers. Ang hirap kasing hanapin, di ba? So, that's the first. And then, second, napansin ko po na yung hindi po nagtutugma yung volume na naka-authorize dun sa SPISIC, dun sa permits versus actually utilized. So, ano po ang at malaki ang disparity for 2024. I believe that ang authorized volume for 2024 is over 8 million. And based on my memory, nung huling hearing natin, you said that 4-point-something million metric tons ang nai-import so far.
64%.
So about
64%.
Oh, 64%. So ang laki ng disparity for 2024. So ano ang explanation? Ano ang ginagawa ng BPI? Kasi obviously this has been a problem since way back, not only for rice. We've seen it for onions at nakikita naman natin na ang pattern dyan is alam naman natin na isang entity, isang kumpanya lang naman yan, pero iba-ibang pangalan ang ginagamit. And at the same time, ginagawa nila yan para mabalya ang iba to prevent others from being able to import. So kumbaga foreclosure siya, which is another form of abuse of dominant position na isa pang paglabag under the Philippine Competition Act. So ano po masasabi po natin dito?
First po, dun sa request for sorting of the data, yes po, we will submit yung sorted data. Pasensya na po dahil minadali din namin ipasa po sa committee from last week. Second po, on the utilization, actually po ma'am, we have already tightened or even bukod po sa monitoring ay pinapaalalahanan ho lagi namin ng mga importer na gamitin ang kanilang ina-apply. Actually, ma'am, from 2020, napakababa po, 50%, 2021, 43% ang utilization. Nito na lang pong 2022, medyo tumaas 52%, 2023, 55%, and then yun nga po, as of December first week, ay nasa 63% na po tayo halos. Opo. Ang ginagawa po namin, ma'am, aside po doon sa regular nating pag-monitor, pagpapaalala ho sa kanila, is nire-revoke na ho natin yung mga SPS ICs na yun para hindi na ho nga nila magamit. And yung pong ating guidelines ay ating pong patuloy na ini-improve para po malaman din talaga namin on a monthly basis ano po ba yung darating. Ito po ay nangyari especially nung time na wala po tayong mapag-sourcean ng bigas. I think last year po yun or late 2022. So, yun po yung mga ating mga ginawa na, and then po, yung nag-initiate na nga po kami, even before pa po bigay po ng power sa amin na mag-inspect ng warehouses through our food safety mandate, ay minonitor po namin, of course, yung mga registered, and we have already dialogued with the stakeholders po doon sa mga malalaking consolidated areas na nag-store ng bigas tulad po ng Intercity. Alam naman po yan ng mga stakeholders doon para po talaga pong sila na rin ho mismo ay mag-volunteer ng information nila. Dahil at the end of the day, ayun nga po, aside from food safety and sanitary and phytosanitary issues, ay kailangan po may access tayo sa mas mura at saka safe na bigas.
So, but the rule is 1:1, no? One importer, one permit. That's the rule.
No limits po with the numbers that they can apply for, ma'am.
So like, if I
And
ask,
even the quantity.
can we, Mr. Chair, can we just ask all the importers, like, how many permits they have used for the current year? Malalaman ba yan ng mga importers? How many have you used and how many do you have on hand that's currently not used? Would you know that?
I think,
Offhand, no, but could you submit that to us? And then could you also submit to us a list from the last 5 years kung sino yung serial non-users of your SB6? And then just as a summary, Mr. Chair, alam naman natin na kung ano yung landed cost, you multiply that by 20%, yun dapat ang ibaba ng presyo ng bigas. So, dapat yun yung sinasabi ng NEDA na 7.37. Pero based on prices from PSA, right before we reduce the tariff, ang presyo ng bigas 51.12. After we reduce tariff, 50.68. So 44 centavos lamang, which means yung 7.37 minus 0.44, yung 6.93 ay
went somewhere.
kita, ay naging kita, naging margin para sa ating importer. So yun po ang, so ang breakdown, bale, yung 7.37 na dapat na naging reduction, ang nangyari dyan is yung 6% ay napunta sa consumer, yung 94% ay napunta sa importer. So yun po ang hatian nung 7.37 na sinasabi po ng NEDA.
Are you
So nakakalungkot po.
I don't know whether you can impose a clawback provision for this.
That's why I wanted to ask, sir, magkano bang buwis
Okay.
na binayad ninyo? Maybe we can ask all of them to submit their tax returns.
Let's see if there's an innovative way of having a clawback. But anyway, at this point, I'm really sorry, but I have to, we have a minority around and she,
Mr. Chairman, just very short, just with the indulgence of Congresswoman Castro,
yeah.
if I may. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Very, very short lang ito. Kasi hindi ako makamove on dun sa, this year lang siya nag-umpisa, si King B. And yet, ang transaction siya is worth 1 billion.
1.2.
1.2 billion. Let me remind you, Mr. King B, you're under oath, no? Totoo bang ngayong taong ka lang nag-umpisa na mag-import ng bigas?
Opo, Your Honor. Ngayon lang taon po talaga.
Okay. Are you in any way connected sa G4?
No.
You're not connected with G4?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
Sigurado ka ha? You are under oath,
Opo, Your Honor.
Mr. King B. So, gusto ko lang malaman kasi, Mr. Chair, sa dami ng importers, mukhang natatangi lamang ito si Mr. King B. I'm not questioning baka sakaling swerte ka lang, no? Kaya ikaw siguro ang pinakamalakas dito sa lahat na nag-i-import. But there's a question hanging on my head, Mr. Chair, on the issue, why was he able to get that much importation permits? Being a first-time player in the industry. Now, I will direct the question later on to Mr. Panganiban after Congresswoman Castro if I be given another chance, Mr. Chair.
Chairman?
And also, I noticed, Mr. Chair, in the documents that we have, wala hong sinubmit si Mr. King B. Did you submit your GIS, Mr. King B?
Ano nangyari sa GIS?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yung King B meron, ano? Yung G4, wala kang sinubmit? Sa G4 na GIS, wala kang sinubmit? Oo, ikaw.
Wala po, wala.
Bakit wala kang sinubmit?
Hindi naman po connected sa G4.
Yon, that's what I want to hear, Mr. Chair. So, Mr. Chair, if given another chance later, I would like to ask the chair to allow me to propound questions later on to Mr. Panganiban. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for that short
Thank you.
Chairman,
Can you
just to
put-
follow up, isa lang po. I just want to ask King B. Doon po sa tanong ni Chairman Barbers. Pwede po? Isa lang.
Yeah,
isa,
yes, sir.
Sir, ganito po. Sabi mo ko, po, first time. Di ba? Itong 2024 ka lang pumasok sa
Yes, Your Honor.
importation.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, yung King B.
Opo, Your Honor.
But previously,
Wala po, Your
sa
Honor.
ibang company, wala.
Wala po, wala po.
So, you own King B.
Yes, opo.
Kailan po naitayo yung King B?
Bali, nagka-permit po kami ng...
No, not the permit sa SEC.
Your Honor,
Securities and Exchange Commission, kailan po?
2022 po, Your Honor. March
So, 2022 to 2023, this is the first time na nakapag-import ka.
Yes, Your Honor.
Previously, ano yung business ng King B? 2023, 22, 23, ano yung business niya?
Bumibili lang po ako sa labas, Your Honor.
Sorry?
Assign rice industry din po ako, pero bumibili lang po ako sa ibang ano.
Bumibili ka sa local?
Local, opo.
Sa local.
Ibang market, ibang imported rice din po, Your Honor.
Bumibili ka sa local, saka sa
Imported.
importer.
Opo, opo.
Sino ang importer that time?
Doon din lang po sa sa loob ng...
Sino nga?
Marami po kasi yun eh. Kung saan,
Sino nga marami?
hindi ko na po tanda ito, Your Honor.
Ayan ka na naman, di mo na mamatandaan.
Marami po kasi binibilan, ako na po kasi, yung...
Isa lang. Kasi marami, sabi mo, isa lang.
I will check po, Your Honor.
Ayan ka na naman, I will check. But the data being asked you, kanina pa po, pati yung yung profit mo, yung kita mo, paki-submit before the hearing ends.
I will check, Your Honor po. I will check, Your Honor. Sa...
Before the hearing ends. Pati yung yung isang importer na sinasabi mong kinukunan mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wala ba dito sa...
Wala po, Your Honor.
Wala dito.
I will check po, Your Honor, at the record.
Oh, so please, before the hearing ends. Ha?
Oh,
Thank you, Chairman.
I just want to put a point of observation. Sir, kay King B, you mentioned that only, sorry, with the indulgence of Concastor, because this is something that we saw in I think I heard in the transcript a while ago. Before this, ay bumibili lang po kayo local? Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. Local...
Ano po yung nasabi niyo a few minutes ago, or I think nung nag-interpolate tayo na you mentioned na no operations kayo?
Sorry po, Your Honor.
I think I don't know if we could look into the transcript. You mentioned that you were not operating from before this year. Tama po ba?
Wala po.
You have no operation.
Nagkamali lang po kayo. Wala po.
Could you clarify what do you mean by no operations?
Sorry po.
No. Sorry. Could you clarify what do you mean by no operations kayo nun?
Totally wala po talaga. This January lang po ako nag-start.
So nung tinanong ni Congressman Paduano na what were you doing nung 2022, 2023, sabi niyo po bumibili kayo sa local. Tapos now you're saying no operation. So ano po talaga? Please remember you're under oath.
Ano po, ang ibang negosyo po namin, supermarket po, at saka tracking lang.
So why did you say na no operations kayo?
Under po ng King B, sir. No operation under King B.
So what were you operating as under before?
Other company po ng supermarket lang, grocery store po, sir.
Under what name po?
Gabe Supermarket po. Ano lang, sir, normal lang, parang
Sir,
pangalan lang po ng
under the BPI list of importers, you were listed in 2022.
Opo, sir, naka-registered po yan, pero not operated po.
I don't know what to do with you, but I am a very forgiving person. We want to get to the truth, but the more primordial is really to bring prices down and to preempt any further dysfunction in the food markets of this country. So, pasensya ka na muna.
Mr. Chair.
I have to cut you down because I
Mr.
want
Chair.
to hear Franz Castro.
Mr. Chair, before
Alam mo, Franz, paborito ka nila. 6 na silang nagpatigis.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
before the Honorable
Yes.
Franz Castro will have her time, may I just remind this committee, Mr. Chair, during the organizational meeting, wherein we approved the rules and procedure under Section 8, it says that no members would be allowed to interject in any manner except the chair, so that other members would be given the time and opportunity na makapagtanong din kasi nagpipila tayo tapos at the end of the day, wala nang oras. So, just
Yes, thank
reminding
you.
the chair that we have to follow our rules and procedure.
Yung train of thought kasi, nangihinayang din ako, may natututunan din ako, kaya pinagbibigyan ko lang. Pero bukas, sa executive session, siguro we will be stricter so everybody can ask the proper questions to the Secretary of DA and of course, si Enforcement Bureau Carag. So the DA family are all invited tomorrow.
Mr. Chair.
So, okay,
Mr.
thank
Chair.
you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Please follow the wisdom. Or you cannot interject.
Ang usapan, pag
Franz,
interjection, Mr.
Franz,
Chair,
please take the mic and grab it and go to the front.
with the permission of Congresswoman.
Mr. Chair, kaibigan ko kasi si
Congresswoman
Complaint
Frank Castro.
Sige.
Importante lang kasi ito, interjection,
Mr. Chair.
pagkonektado sa pinag-uusapan, di ba?
Yes,
Inaalaw natin.
order, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman.
I think we are allowed under the rules to interject, provided it is approved by the chairman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it is your approval that we need, Mr. Chair.
When I
Mr. Chair,
allow
can
you
be
to
allowed?
speak, it's an approval. So take that as an
Mr. Chair.
implicit approval.
Mr.
So
Chair,
Congressman
can be allowed?
Castro?
Okay, Mr. Chair. Basta lahat ng nag-ano sa akin na nag-disturb sa akin, pipirma kayo sa impeachment complaint. Ha? Joke lang. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Basta lahat ng nag-interject ha, pipirma kayo. Mamaya, dadaling ko na yung endorsement. Biro lang, Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair,
para masaya.
kasi with the
ay-
permission of Congresswoman
Sige, Mr. Chair, pipirma
konektado
kasi
lang
yan
kasi
mamaya.
sa pinag-usapan nito sa presyo. Hindi ko alam kung sino nagsisinungaling eh. Kasi kanina sa slideshow natin doon, kanina nung nabasa ko, presyo ng imports na BOC, lumalabas sa 31 pesos per kilo. So hindi totoo ang sinasabi ng Association ng Rice Retailers at saka yung BPI, Director Panganiban, ang presyo ng imports na pumapasok sa merkado kahit na ang pinakamahal at pinakamasarap na bigas na galing sa Vietnam ay 36 pesos lang per kilo lamang ang presyo ayon sa reference values ng galing sa BOC. Kaya hindi po kasi tumutugma, Mr. Chair. Ang sinasabi ng Grecon at ang Bureau of Applied Industry na ang premium rice ang rason ng kaya mahal ang presyo ng bigas sa merkado. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Duly noted. The COMSEC is hereby reminded to take down notes. Congressman Castro, finally.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Binuo natin, tama ba? Binuo natin, Mr. Chair, itong committee na to. Sabi ko nga, super committee led by no other than our chair. So that later on, malaman natin bakit tumataas ang presyo ng bigas and other commodities despite yung mga binigay natin po na mga kaluwagan doon sa ating mga importers, etc. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair?
Tama po.
Okay. So kailangan natin, Mr. Chair, maintindihan yung supply chain, no? Stages of supply chain. Kasi meron dito, Mr. Chair, importer, wholesale, retailer at the same time. So gusto ko maintindihan, Mr. Chair, sino ba kaya pwedeng sumagot sa akin? Noong stages of supply chain, Mr. Chair. who can describe briefly ano po yung stages ng supply chain natin sa bigas? Or is it applicable in all agricultural products po na na ini-import?
Yes, Kong Franz, sa importers ho ba?
Apo.
Yung-
Mr. Chair, yung ang gusto ko sumagot yung importer, wholesaler, retailer at the same time. Kasi gusto nating maintindihan po yung supply chain.
Yes, I think sino po ang ang hanggang retail? Sir, kayo po? Up to retail po kayo? I
Ako
think
lang po
soda-
yung,
sa
ako po
soda
yung
trade.
nag-explain nung how to categorize yung supply chain.
Kong Franz, okay po ba sa inyo?
Yes, oo.
Sige
At
po.
tignan natin yung ano po ba ito, Mr. Chair, yung
Kasi soda
Soda trade.
trade is yung fully integrated
oo,
na.
yung lahat.
Oo. Si Sir is up to wholesaler lang kayo, no?
Yung hanggang retail,
Ito po, si soda trade po.
soda trade. Okay. Ma'am?
Ma'am, sige po.
Oh. Soda trade is importer, wholesaler, and retailer.
Sige, Kong Franz, yung baka ho yung detalye ng katanungan po ninyo.
So, ang tanong ko po, so yung stages po ng supply chain ay from importer, wholesale, and retailer.
Yeah.
Wala po ba doon dealer or middleman? Wala po ba doon?
Meron kami din dealer sa ibang lugar.
So meron pong dealer, so from importer, wholesaler, and from wholesaler before po makarating sa retailer, meron pong trader or dealer. Tama po? The
From,
president.
yung importer, wholesaler kami, tapos nagre-retail, may dealer kami sa Marawi, yung isa lang, yan.
Okay.
Pero mostly is, nagbebenta kami doon sa
So, Mr. Chair, pag sinabi ba nating dealer, the same as middleman, it is from wholesaler to the retailer. Tama po?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So sa retailer po, sa mga retails, dinadala ito sa mga wet markets, supermarkets, sari-sari store. Tama?
Yes.
Na mga dealer or middleman.
Yes.
Okay. So, ano po yung typical profit margin at each stage of supply chain? Ano po yung, like for example sa rice, sabi kanina Mr. Chair, pagkatapos ng importation, yung landed cost is 41 pesos. So parang tumubo na ng magkano doon? Landed cost. So tutubuan niyo po yun, di po ba? Magkano po yung tubo ninyo doon sa... Magkano po yung tubo ninyo, Mr. Chair, doon sa bawat step of the way hanggang sa makarating siya sa retailers?
Anong tubo?
Ma'am Franz, maganda yung siguro yung sa kay Sir sa Vitram. Baka nalalatag kasi niya yung yung profit margin. Baka gusto ninyong okay ho ba sa inyo?
Kasi sabi mo, Mr. Chair, si Mr. Sabi niyo hanggang sa wholesale lang siya.
Pero kanina may presentation siya sa profit margins.
Okay.
Baka ho,
So,
gusto
hindi
niyo
ko
marinig
nakita. Okay,
sa
sige, Mr.
katanungan
Chair.
niyo. Parang, ma'am, si Sir na lang po muna ang sasagot.
Yeah.
Sir, please proceed.
Yeah, if I may be allowed, Mr. Chair, kasi po when you talk about the supply chain, ang lagi nga nakikita natin is yung importer, wholesaler, and retailer lang. But there are around 8 layers pa yan eh. Kumbaga from importer, nag-allocate kami ng budget for middlemen. Almost all importers, nag-allocate yan ng komisyon sa mga ahente. Yun yung tinatawag ng middleman. So that's number 2. Number 3, it goes to the wholesaler. Ang wholesaler, yun yung mga buyers na isang container, minimum 1 container ang binibili. And we don't sell, when we sell to, most of the importers, they don't sell on loose bags. When we say loose bags, yun yung 5 variety hahatiin sa isang container. We never do that. So, para mabilis. Then, from the wholesaler, sometimes meron ding middleman again dyan. May mga middleman din ang umisyon. So, that's why nagbabudget din ng mga wholesaler ng a certain amount to allocate sa mga komisyon ng mga ahente. Then, from wholesaler, ang karamihan bumibili riyan, yung mga dealers. The dealers, those are the retail, yung mga tindahan sa palengke. And those dun sa mga roads, may mga nagtitindang rice dealer, we call them rice dealer. Those are the rice dealers na kumukuha sa wholesaler. Now, from the dealers, sa mga tindahan sa palengke, mga rice stores sa palengke, ang kumukuha riyan yung sari-sari stores. So, in sari-sari stores, kanina we talk about ilang percent yung walk-ins, ilang percent yung nag-wholesale. Sa dealer, which is sa public market, almost mga 80%, bumibili yan sako-sako, yung mga sari-sari store. So when you talk about dealers, sa mga public market, 80-20, 80%, parang mini wholesaler yan, 20% are just walk-in who buys 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 5 kilos. But when you go to, siyempre, to sari-sari store, doon, almost 90% walk-ins yan, mga kapitbahay, everything. So that's why when you talk about why is it that the prices hasn't really gone down, even if we lower the taxes, kasi nga, it still boils down, ito yung opportunity ng mga sari-sari store to earn a little. Kaya ang nangyayari, hindi nila binabago yung presyo. And even the in the public markets, mga dealers, they rarely lower down the price because this is the time for them to earn extra money. Kasi medyo maganda ang kitaan. Kaya if you notice, if you go around, I always go around, makita mo mas marami ngayon nagbibenta ng bigas sa market. Maraming nag-o-open because there's an opportunity for retailers and yung mga young entrepreneurs to open a business. Kaya if you talk about yung buffer stocking, in a wholesale sa isang bodega or isang tindahan, yung buffer kanina na sinasabi ni Ms. Neda na 70%, it's just normal. It's just normal. Ang karamihan mga wholesaler, they stock around 25% of their monthly requirements. So lagi may buffer na ganun. So kaya nga we cannot say that there is hoarding if the stock is more than 25%.
Okay.
Kasi that's their normal.
Okay, so thank you po, Mr.
Vic Angeles. Ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Vic. Doon sa description, Mr. Chair, ni Mr. Vic, so from importer, meron pa daw silang middleman na kinokontrata bago mapunta sa wholesaler. And then from wholesaler, meron na namang middleman and dealers o yung traders bago makarating ulit sa mga retailer. Ito yung mga retailer, wet market, supermarket, sari-sari store. Sa description nyo ba, sinasabi mo, sir, na yung pagtaas ng ng presyo ng bigas ay nanggagaling na sa retailer, hindi po doon sa importer tsaka yung mga wholesaler. And tama ba? Yung kasi sinabi mo parang doon yung pagkakataon sa retailer na mas taasan nila yung presyo ng bigas. So kung halimbawa ang landed cost ninyo is 41 pesos, so ipapasa nyo na yan through the wholesaler to retailers ng 41 peso. Magkano ang kita dyan? From there, yung landed cost na 41. Magkano ang kinikita po doon ng importer?
Actually,
Ilang
ma'am,
percent?
variable ang ano, when you say kung magkano yung kinikita ng importer, variable yan eh.
In average, i-average na lang po natin. Huwag na nating isa-isahin yung mga variety.
average,
Medyo complicated po
I would
yan.
say
On the average po, magkano po yung margin of profit at the start of the importation? Sabi nyo, meron kayong landed cost. Paano nyo tutubuan yun? Kasi ganito, Mr. Chair, tinitignan lang natin, patong-patong. Kung ako yung importer, ako pa rin yung wholesaler, ako pa rin yung retailer, ako pa rin yung dealer, etc. Parang patong-patong po. Tama po ba? Yung kita. So, patong-patong yan na kita ng iba't ibang part ng supply chain. Pagdating sa consumer po, ang laki. 'Di ba? So, gusto ko maintindihan yung ganong sistema, Mr. Chair. So, magkano po yung average margin ng kita in each step of the way dun sa supply chain natin? Kayo po, halimbawa, sa inyong ano,
Okay, mag-sample po tayo ng let's say ang presyo is 30, kumbaga yung selling kumbaga inclusive of all na yung expenses and everything, sa 38 pesos sabihin natin ang importer magpapatong pa ng 2 piso. So magiging 40 pesos. Then normally anywhere between 5 pesos ang nangyayari, napupunta either sa
so yung wholesaler, Mr. Chair, magkano naman ipapatong doon?
ang wholesaler, kadalasan ang patong niya mga 3 piso naman.
3 piso.
3 piso.
Okay. So, dadaan na naman yan sa dealer.
Dadaan
so,
sa dealer.
magkano yung patong papunta sa retailer?
Sa dealer, nagdadagdag yan mga around 5 pesos.
5 pesos.
So that's 38, 40, 43 plus 5, 48 na.
Opo.
Then pagdating dun sa sari-sari store, plus 10 pesos na yan.
Okay, so from 38 hanggang dun sa retailer, nagiging 48. So sabi ninyo, pagdating sa retail, nagiging 10 pesos ang patong. Okay. So, ayun po, Mr. Chair. So, ang pinanggagalingan po kapag importer, Mr. Chair, ang pinanggagalingan po talaga ng mataas na presyo. On the average po, from the importer going to here sa mga retailer po, yung mga, yung supply chain natin, ang dami-daming pinagdadaanan yan. Kaya talagang matatali po talaga tayo sa ganong kalakaran at ganong pagdadaanan ng presyo ng bigas sa importation. Kahit na pala walang effect. So, ibig sabihin, parang walang effect mula sa importer yung pagbaba ng tariff. Parang ganon ko tinitignan. No? Kahit na ibaba natin yung tariff, Mr. Chair, dahil ganon yung pagdidescribe nung stage ng supply chain, and at the same time, yung typical profit margin at all stage of the way hanggang sa retailer. Wala. Paano natin masasolve niyan? Yung pataas na pataas pa rin. So, hindi magiging effective kahit nababaan pa natin yung tariff.
Para
Mr. Chair.
makonteksto natin, France. In fact, the negative thing is it brought down the farm gate price of domestic farmers by 17.1%. So it is really a dysfunctional and perverse policy. So we really have to get to the bottom of things.
Yes.
Kasi hindi na nga naibaba sa consumer, bumagsak pa yung presyo ng farm gate prices. So that's why we have this.
So dahil limited time, Mr. Chair, limited ang time ko po. Siguro bukas, executive session ba for the whole?
Yes, you can attend.
Kasi
upon the
tatanungin ko
request
sana.
of DA,
Opo.
So-
Kung meron ditong local, meron po ba tayong guest na local production yung ginagamit?
wala tayong may
Wala.
Is FFF still around? I'm sorry.
Wala. Yung local producer farmer na, di ba, from their farm, papunta naman
Sinong
sa market.
FFF dito? Kanina may FFF dito? Is Raul still around? He has actually a presentation, but we will accommodate him tomorrow. Okay, so
Mr. Chair,
are you okay? Not yet.
Yes, Mr. Chair, tanong niyo sana. Gusto kong kasing i-compare yung sa importation at saka doon sa local produce, and at the same time, Mr. Chair, yung mga volume, ratio ng volume doon sa mga local produce. So yun lang yung ano.
thank you. Mr. Chair, may I tanong ko lang, sir. Sir, doon sa buong supply chain na binanggit ho ninyo. Kasi malaki ho si dealer, 5 pesos na sabi ho ninyo. Sino po ba yung pinakamalaki ang cost doon sa bawat layer?
Pinakamalaki ang
Cost.
ang
Sa
pinakamalaki
transport,
ang cost
yung
po,
gumagastos, si dealer ho ba? Or
si importer ang pinakamalaki ang cost.
pero
In terms of,
after
logistics.
po kayo,
After sa amin, si wholesaler na.
siya po ang pinakamalaki ang
Siya ang
cost.
pinakamalaki
Pero
ang
2
cost in
pesos
terms of
ang kanyang
logistics.
pinapatong as compared to a dealer
Yeah.
of lesser cost, 5 pesos.
Yes.
So parang may mali.
Yeah. Normally kasi ang dealers, they get walk-in sila sa wholesaler. Meron silang mga suking wholesaler, meron silang sariling sakyan or tricycle or ano. Kaya very minimal ang kanyang logistical cost.
Anyway, sir, just for our enlightenment, just 3 things. One, based on our analysis, the trader makes 7.7% on profit margin based on the current prices. The wholesaler makes 15.5%, and the retailer makes 13.8%. So I am trying to make things match, but in the meantime, so that we will no longer issue a show cause order, may I ask the DOF to make their faces appear somewhere here? Or raise your hand, stand up. Oh, please just occupy. Itong AMLA is sending a lawyer tomorrow?
May motion upon the motion of Karaps, may name siya na 2.
Today?
Mr.
And
Mr.
then-
Chair, tapos na patapusin ko lang, Mr. Chair, yung aking ano.
Meron ka pa?
Meron pa. Kasi nag-interject si co-chair. So, tama po, Mr. Chair, I agree with you, no? Yung sa ganong study ninyo, tinitignan natin yung profit margin for each stage of the supply chain. Pero, kasi ang impression na sinasabi sa atin, Mr. Chair, ng ating resource person, ang impression parang ang mas malaking margin ay nasa retailer. Pero kung tama po ang ating consultant dito, kung yung atin pong pagbabatayan, yung profit margin, kung kita ang pagbabatayan, hindi po comparable ang kinikita ng isang retailer sa isang wholesaler, importer na, at saka dealer. So, hindi po yung i-compare natin. Kaya dapat meron po tayong talagang pag-aampat or pagpipigil ng kita mula doon sa importer going to the wholesaler to the retailer. Kaya wag natin sisihin yung mga retailer, lalong-lalo na yung mga sari-sari store, yung mga nasa palengke, na sila yung kumikita at at niladagdagan nila ng 10 pesos ang dinadagdag nila. So, hindi po ako papayag dun sa ganong conclusion. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. May now call on Janet Green, but before that, thank you very much for the fast reaction of the Department of Finance. We are making a request if you can ask the BIR to just look into the records of these top 10 importers. I know they're under data privacy, but they can look into the records of these top 10 importers.
The importers that we have here.
Yes, we will give you a list.
Okay, sir.
Hindi in public.
Okay, noted po.
Thank you. So you can go. So, Janet Garin?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I do agree with your statement that, of course, BIR can look into the possibility of taxes that should be collected. Because earlier there was a motion for AMLAC. I believe we have to establish that there is indeed a possibility of economic sabotage before we can direct AMLAC to look into the accounts. Kasi baka matakot yung ating mga resource person. Yeah, we want to be as friendly as possible, Mr. Chair. But since this is a Quintacom, allow me to call it Kwentacom. Talagang kwekwentahin natin ang dapat na benepisyo na napupunta sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino dahil tila napupunta sa iba. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Balikan ko lang po ang sinabi ni Congressman Franz Castro. Nagsimula siya dun sa mga wholesalers, traders, retailers. And thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for your wisdom, for giving us the possibility of profit ranging between 7 to 15.5% among the chain. So, unahin natin doon sa mga nag-i-import, Mr. Chair. If somebody can respond to this. Before that, Mr. Chair, dahil wala nga ang DOF, let me... nandiyan dyan na pala. Pasensya na. Good that... because, Mr. Chair, let me go back to this statement of the Secretary of Finance released from a PR from their office dated July 2024, published in various outlets. I'm specifically quoting the one from ABS-CBN, where the PR, as quoted, says, by slashing the tariff on imported rice from 35% to 15%, we anticipate an average of 10% reduction in retail prices for the rest of the year, Finance Secretary Ralph G. Recto said. This could lower the price of rice by at least 5 pesos per kilo, from an average of 54.4 pesos per kilo last June. Prices could go down to below 50 pesos as early as August. A PR from a press release from the DOF in July 2024. So with that, Mr. Chair, this actually aligns with the earlier statement of the Bureau of Customs during the first Quintacom. Customs was just quoting what the Secretary of Finance announced in a press release. So let us go back to accountability. To the Department of Finance, Mr. Chair, bakit hindi nangyari ang sinabi ng ating butihing kalihim?
As discussed din po kanina.
Sorry, Congressman Green, because I think this is your first time to be appearing in this committee. Is this correct?
Yes, for this
Yes.
committee.
So, Mr. Chair, if we could request that she be administered under an oath, so that all of her statements here would be under oath.
COMSEC.
Can you request a COMSEC?
Maari lang pong tumayo. Kayong dalawa na. Pakitaas lang po ang kanang kamay. Ako, pakisabi ang pangalan. Ay nanunumpa na magsasabi ng katotohanan,
Hindi na kayo boto ng mga rice.
buong katotohanan, at pawang katotohanan lamang sa harap ng kupulungang ito ng pagsisiyasat. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Janet, you can continue.
Yes, so Mr. Chair, may we now request DOF to respond to my query?
Thank you, Ms. Representative Garin. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Na-discuss na rin po kanina na in a perfect competition, kung walang cartel or walang manipulation ng prices, dapat talaga bababa siya. Bababa siya ng kung magkano man yung binaba ng tarifa.
In other words, Mr. Chair, our good officer from the Department of Finance is saying that there is indeed cartel and there is absence of competition.
That could be a possibility. Kasi in perfect competition, ma'am, sa ano talaga, dapat bababa siya. Kasi tataas yung ano mo yung
Okay.
supply mo with importation.
Ano pang ibang possibility? Ano pang ibang factors?
That is all that I can think sa...
Ang ibig po sabihin, Mr. Chair, ng ating kagalang-galang na resource person from the Department of Finance, tila wala ng ibang rason bakit hindi bumababa ang presyo ng bigas despite the political will of the President and DOF na ibaba ang taripa or ang buwis from 35% to 15%. Dalawa lang po ang pinupunto na rason dito, ang pagsasabwatan or collusion and manipulation of prices. Do I get your message right, Madam Resource Person, Mr. Chair?
That could be a possibility, ma'am. Kasi sa...
Hindi, kaya nga, nasabi
Oo,
mo kanina,
oo.
Mr. Chair, na wala nang ibang rason.
Oo.
So I'm just, linilaymanize ko lang. So yung po ba ang punot dulo ng mensahe kanina? So that I can proceed to the other resource persons.
Na-discuss
It's
na
a
rin
yes
po
or no, Madam Speaker. Ay, Madam Resource Person.
It's a possibility, ma'am.
Okay, so it's a yes,
it's
it's a no?
Yes, it's a
Okay.
possibility.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Possibility.
And I do hope that the Department of Finance can straight talk. Kasi commitment yan ng sekretary nyo eh. Kapag tila magbubulag-bulagan tayo na may nangyayaring sabwatan, walang mapupuntahan ang Pilipinas. Kaya nga ang presidente natin si BBM dahil bawat bahay dapat may pagkain. Mr. Chair, let me move forward to our officers from the PCC. Andi dito po ba, Mr. Chair? Sa Philippine Competition Commission.
Di pa naman takot, nandun sa likod.
So sa PCC po, andi dito po. Okay. Maraming salamat, sir. If you can, Mr. Chair. So ang tanong ko po sa PCC, na-drawing na po ba, di po ba isa po sa inyong obligasyon ay tingnan na ang presyo ng mga bilihin, lalo na itong bigas, ay hindi masasaktan yung taong bayan. Tama po ba, Mr. Chair?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
Okay. Na-drawing nyo po ba dun sa flow? Kasi meron tayong importers who are actually also sometimes wholesalers and retailers. Saan po yung mga punto doon? Saan yung mga flag doon na nangyayari yung possible collusion o sabwatan?
Congressman Garin, doon sa supply chain, so ang theories of harm namin is talagang mayroong cartel or may sabwatan, no? So maraming players na may importers.
Pwede po ba natin, Mr. Chair, matumbok? Kung wala pa ngayon, meron namang hearing again tomorrow, maybe PCC can just have a graph. Hindi pa naman yung final yun eh. A possible graph na tumbukin natin. Narinig na natin lahat ng napag-usapan kanina. Obligasyon po yun ng iyong opisina. Kung pwede nating tumbukin, alin doon, sino doon, at paano nangyayari yung kartel na sinasabi nyo ng paulit-ulit. Because your words should translate into actions. Hindi po pwedeng hanggang salita tayo. Ang minamarapat po natin dito, ramdam ng taong bayan, ang minarapat ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos at ng liderato na Kongreso na ibaba, tanggalan, bawasan ang taripa, bawasan ang buwis para mapunta sa taong bayan. Can you commit to have that graph by tomorrow?
Congressman Garin, yes, we can graph the supply chain. Pero yung ebidensya kasi na may sabwatan, may cartel, yun yung mahirap po.
Yeah. Mr.
So,
Chair,
kailangan
again, let me
will
reiterate. Hindi ko po sinasabing, kaya nga draft graph. Hindi naman po na ebidensya kaagad ang iproproduce nyo, kundi yung drawing na matumbok natin saan ba nangyayari ang price manipulation. Ito ba sa mga nag-i-import, kasi ang sinasabi kanina ng ibang importers, direkta nilang linalagay sa mga warehouse na hindi nga nila pag-aari. Para ang nangyayari dyan is baka yung isang shipment nila, 5 tao, or 4 or 3 tao ang may-ari niyan, kaya ang hirap i-pinpoint ng accountability. That's actually why I am pursuing that line of questioning, Mr. Chair, kasi narinig natin kanina ang nagsasabing wholesalers and apparently karamihan sa kanila importers, na kapag sila'y nag-i-import, nakapangalan sa kanila, pero yung actual na tao na kumikita at nagkakaroon ng kartel ay mga iibang kumpanya, simply because commingled yung kanilang container. And I believe, Mr. Chair, this is something that we have to look into. balikan rin natin ulit,
Janet, with the permission of the body, I am being called by the speaker, so kaya pinadala dito yung mga senior deputy speakers. So, I yield the chairmanship to my...
For the meantime.
No time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you. Kong Janet, please proceed.
okay. So Mr. Chair, baka ibalik na lang natin ito sa DA. I believe PCC was already there. To the Department of Agriculture. Pwede niyo po ba kaming malinawan, especially dito sa mga permits? If there is an importer, yung bang container ng importer ay pumupunta sa isa lamang wholesaler or pumupunta sa 2, 3, 4 o 5 wholesaler?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. So after po sila, ito po ay presuming na sila po ay may SPSIC, of course, documents po ay maayos at nakapag-apply po sila sa Bureau of Customs. Doon po yung first border inspection natin at the ports. So pagka po yun ay natapos na, sinasubmit naman po nila, nakaregister naman po sa atin yung kanilang warehouses kung saan po nagse-second border tayo. Ano?
So Mr. Chair, klaruhin lang natin. Yung importer, sa kanila ba o hindi sa kanila yung warehouse?
Meron po silang registered warehouses sa atin. Kung kaya po sila nabibigyan ng license to operate. Apo.
Okay. So may I ask, Mr. Chair, dun sa ating importers, kasi I heard 3 or 4 of our resource person kanina ang sabi nila, nag-i-import lang sila, pero diretso siya sa warehouse ng customer. Miss Irene Chu, kanina yung po ba ang sinagot nyo? I just can't remember, but I'm definitely sure there were 3 or 4 na ganun yung sagot.
Yung client ko po may sariling warehouse. So meron pong 2 sa Leyte, isa sa Samar, isa po sa Cebu. Hindi po siya dinediretso sa client, sa warehouse po ng binebentahan.
So
sarili po
importer kayo, then wholesaler din kayo?
Hindi po. Importer po si RVDI. Binebenta po nila kay wholesaler, pero yung pinupuntahan po na
Ulitin ko yung
warehouse,
tanong, wholesaler kayo or importer or both?
importer only po.
So importer only.
Apo.
Ini-import nyo, tapos diretso siya dun sa bodega na sarili nyo.
Yes.
Okay. Hindi nyo binibenta o binibenta nyo?
Binebenta po.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair, maybe we need to ask DA, how do we differentiate an importer from a wholesaler? Kasi kanina ko pa paulit-ulit naririnig na importer lang po kami. Direkta po yan sa warehouse or direkta po doon sa wholesaler. How do we differentiate an importer from a wholesaler?
Yes.
Yes, Chair.
Director Glenn?
Ma'am, ang ating pong inire-register sa Bureau of Plant Industry is mga importers lang po. So, after natin yung sinasabi...
So yung binibigyan nyo ng permit are importers?
Yes po, sila po.
They are not wholesalers?
Opo.
Okay, linawin lang natin, Mr. Chair. Importer, kumuha ka sa ibang bansa, dinala mo sa Pilipinas. Indentor naman, kumuha ka sa ibang bansa, meron ka ng customer, may commission ka lang ng kumpanya na pinanggalingan. Tama po?
Ma'am, ang amin lang po, again, is yung registered
Okay.
importers lang.
Pag sinabing wholesaler, nagbebenta ka na ng bultuhan. Tama o hindi, Mr. Chair? Maybe you say. Tama.
Tama, ma'am.
Okay. Pag retailer naman, nagbebenta ka ng mas makonting volume. Pag trader po, ano po ang ating definition doon, Mr. Chair?
I guess siguro, Kong Janet, DTI, would you want DTI also to...
Maybe if DTI. Yeah, Mr. Chair, just to align. The reason why I'm asking the definition of terminologies, kasi kung maalala niyo po, Mr. Chair, during the Sibuyas hearing, ang nangyari po, lahat nagsasabing farmer sila. Pero ang totoo, hindi naman sila farmer. Farmeran lang. Dahil karamihan sa kanila ay nagkakapital, sa kanila lahat ng cold storage, yung totoong farmer ang nadidihado. And I believe in aid of legislation, ito ang dapat puntuhin ng DA at DTI and even customs. And even about talking about accountability, yung definition. Kasi ngayon, kanina may mga ibang nagsasabi, let's call the rice farmers. Ito ba yung totoong rice farmers na nagtatanim ng palay? Baka naman ito ay mga kapitalista na kinokontrol nila para yung farmers, kagaya nung nangyari ngayon, ang hinaing ng ating Pangulo, bawasan ng 20% ang buwis para maging a discount sa taong bayan. Minarapat ng Kongreso rin na gawin to. Nakita naman natin yung ginawa ng Kongreso nung nakaraang taon. Subalit, yung 5 to 6 pesos na dapat na expected na bawas ay naging 44 cents lamang. Kaya bumabalik tayo doon, hindi napunta sa taong bayan at yung kwenta-com na indentor, wholesaler, trader, retailer, and rice farmer in the context of rice supply that we can discuss tomorrow.
Yes, so may we hear from DA? Yusek Chris?
Yes, sec. Mr. Chair, we'll work out with the DTI with regard
Yes,
to the
also
definition.
together with DTI, BOC? Bien?
Yes, Mr. Chair. We will comply with, of course, for the purpose of the Bureau, it's just we only deal with importers, Your Honor. If they are not accredited importers, then they cannot transact business with us, Your Honor. So
Okay,
we have
so-
a definition of consignee, and that's our importer, Your Honor.
Yes, Janet, does that suffice?
That's
to-
yes, Mr. Chair, we also would need that. Kasi there's a possibility na kaya hindi natin matumbok yung mga kumita dito sa dapat naging discount ng bigas sa taong bayan dahil yung importer, ang actual na kumikitang negosyante ay nakatago doon sa pangalan ng consignee. Na yung consignee possibly ay hindi naman yung nagpatong ng malaki. That is something, Mr. Chair, that we need to explore because we are hearing the responses earlier at tila meron doong missing link. Mr. Chair, let me go back again to DOF. Pasensya na po kasi wala kayo kanina. Kapag po ba merong excess production, bababa po ba ang presyo?
Yes, Director Jolly La Rosa?
Jolly. Yeah. Depende, ma'am, kung may excess
Kesa konsumo ng Pilipino. Minarapat ng Kongreso sa liderato ni Speaker Martin Romualdez na gumalaw para makita saan yung mga cost ng mataas na presyo at nasabi nga dahil mataas yung buwis, binaba ng 20% sa mandato ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos at nagsama-samang ahensya. Kaya supposedly, ang minimum na baba o discount per kilo ng bigas ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino simula August ay 6 pesos. Pwede parang mas mataas ito dahil meron tayo ditong magaling na ekonomista, si Congresswoman Stella Kimbo, pero sabihin na nating hindi pa siya mas mataas Kaya ako, Mr. Chair, tinatanong ito kasi dapat kaakibat ng bigas na kinakain ng mga 1 to 2 years old, yung nutrition pumapasok sa katawan ng mga buntis at ng mga binubuntis pa lang. And Mr. Chair, the number 1 cause of malnutrition, stunting, na hindi nagiging competitive ang kaawa-awang mga bata na ito ay poor water supply, which is the number 1 cause of diarrhea. So maybe, Mr. Chair, we have here, of course, we have here the Department of Trade and Industry. Again, maybe, Mr. Chair, matingnan. Mr. Chair, may I move that in our next meetings, aside from overseeing the cost of rice, we also see into clean water. I'm not saying perfect, but we have to have clean water pipes na kung hindi ito magproduce ng outbreaks ng diarrhea because the impact of rice is beyond description. But the impact of irreversible malnutrition and stunting is because we have very dirty water in many areas in our country. Baka kailangan matingnan din ito ng Quintacom, Mr. Chair. So I therefore move that we invite the necessary agencies who can oversee the quality of water that is being supplied in various areas in the Philippines.
Yes, thank you. Is there any second to the motion of the Honorable Janet Garin? Any objections? There being none, motion is approved. The COMSEC is hereby directed to invite the necessary people concerned with the query of the Honorable Janet Garin. Thank you, Congresswoman Janet Garin.